Did you go to 420? The marijuana munchie man did. And if you've seen me there, well, I had these on. Today, a couple of days later, after the fact, time for me to clean my bag out. Ooh yes. 420 guide. And you know, this guide, oh look, here's a picture of the area. Look at this. This here area, right here, from Georgia Street, or let's just start from here. I swept from here, this whole area. I swept all here. There's a walkway that goes like this, and there's another walkway that goes like that, and then it goes like that, and then this is all cement, and this is cement too, actually, in this part and this part, and there's a fountain here, and it goes out to the streets. Of course there's stairs here, right, and all this here is cement, this whole area. And all this area is all cement, all concrete. That whole area, from here down, except for the muddy areas here, and I think it was a muddy area here, and a little bit of a muddy area here, but not much. But it's mostly all mud here. But from here onward to here, it doesn't look very much. But believe me, it's big. It's very big. Right? Anyways, to ensure that we didn't get in trouble for littering, we picked up all our garbage, and this is the culprit. Oh, I scored myself a hat during the cleanup. Give that maybe to Jamie. It's a nice hat. Or maybe to Jim. But here, yes, that's the culprit. This broom. The only broom there. I swept that huge freaking area. And I swept it square by square. There's not one cigarette butt. There's not one piece of paper. There's not one wrapper. There's not one fucking stick of little gum. There's no roaches. There's no fucking brownie wrappers or butter tart wrappers or anything. They're all gone. I swept it square by square from the main stage all the way to Georgia Street, and from Hornby all the way to Howe. Right? It's spotless. When the city came to look at it, they were so happy. They said, "Oh wow, man, you guys have to come back next year. You have to." And I just went, "Oh, well, thanks very much." He goes, "No kidding, man." I says, I detailed everything. I detailed the concrete in around the fountain, went in with the broom and got in between all the cracks. And I told him, those bags you're taking away, they're like 40 pounds because there's dirt in those bags. The dirt that you guys never clean. Like, we did a way better job than the city workers. And you know what? The guy from the city even agreed. He said, "Wow," he says, "I haven't seen it this clean since I started this job." And I'm going to put that in my report. So, I hope it made it to the big wigs up there, that us 420 people are very responsible in cleaning up our mess. Of course, I didn't do the whole building with it. I'm only one guy. It took me from 9 o'clock at night till 20 after 1 in the morning, but we got it done. And I wasn't the only one. There was hundreds of people there picking up garbage and stuff like that from about 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. But then, of course, the crowd dies out and people go home. And unfortunately, there was only one broom. Otherwise, I would have had more sweepers. There's a couple of guys there that hung out with me, and they helped. Damien Ravenchild showed up, a couple other people showed up, and the work all got done. So Damien brought me some coffee, which was nice, and a toke, which I really needed. But anyway, if you ever go to 420 next year, hopefully we'll have it at the same place. Pick up your garbage, right? Show these people in the city that we're responsible. We may be fucking high, but we're not stupid, okay? And we love getting high. And one thing being high has provided me, and weed, other than so many other things, is a little bit of wisdom. It gives you time to a little bit sit back and think about some things in life that are important, and some of the little things too that are important, like cleaning up after your mess, right? Which we did, right? So Mark, it was a great time. Thank you very much for all your work. You know, I hope that they're treating you well where you are. And we did this for you, Mark, the cleanup, to make sure that people knew that the people behind you are diligent. And we're going to stay diligent. So good luck from the Marijuana Munchie Man. I hope your time is soon coming to an end and you'll be released and be able to come back home. We'll lead this war on drugs. It's the sacred drug of the world. And we need people like you, you know, setting an example. And really, that's all I can say. You know, we did the best we can. We cleaned up. We made sure that place was spotless, and that you know, the people that follow Mark Emery are diligent in their duties. So good luck, Mark, and we hope to see you back here soon. And when you make it down to Wreck Beach, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to arrange, if I know you're coming, I'll come back out of retirement and I'll bake you a few brownies, maybe even a butter tart or two. But happy 420, everybody, and thanks for cleaning up. You guys did a freaking amazing job. I couldn't have swept that up with all the paper and garbage that was lying around. And you guys got rid of the paper and garbage. You did a great job. But yeah, this whole area from this whole side was just totally clean. And the city is just so happy with us. And they want us back. Believe me, the city workers, when they came with their brooms to help me, I was pretty well done. We only were there 15 minutes after they got there. There was one guy helping me. And he shook my hand and gave me a high five and the old fisties, and yeah, they were really happy, man. Very happy indeed, and they appreciated it a lot. So, and we appreciate their time and the space that they gave us. So thank you very much, City of Vancouver. Thank you to the city workers and stuff who finally did come around and acknowledge what good cleanup that we did. So see you next year, folks. Happy 420. What a nice area. It's just a beautiful area. So this is part 2 coming up as a movie, and hope you enjoy it. From the Munchie Man to you. Have a great day. Yeah, great day indeed.
Kratom, things like that. And the mandate of our shop is that humanity has a natural, indigenous right to the plants of the earth. It's akin to our right to air and water. It's a natural right. It grows in the ground. It's a gift from God if you believe in God. If you don't, it's a gift from Mother Earth, man. And, you know, when we talk about cannabis, we're talking about a plant that 1,000 years with from archaeological evidence. Evidence of people smoking cannabis, inhaling the fumes of it, burning it as incense goes back 5,500 years in the Ukraine. Last week they announced a discovery in the Netherlands. People have been using cannabis there for 4,200 years, man. It's a big 420. And all throughout Celtic and Druidic sites there's evidence of cannabis use, remnants of cannabis. And then in places like China, the oldest pharmacopoeia going back 2,700 BC, so 4,700 years old, contain references to cannabis for a variety of ailments comparable to what people use medical marijuana for today, as well as for relaxation. relaxing and even seeing spirits. In Persia, they would ingest really potent extracts of cannabis and wine and then have visions, and that's sort of the base for one of the most influential religions in history, the Zoroastrian religion, which influenced Judaism and Christianity and other faiths. And in India, the oldest god in the world that continually worships Shiva is the lord of cannabis, and people at the Kumbh Mela, the Holi festival, and many Indian festivals consume bhang in honor of Shiva and Kali and other deities who go back right to ancient times. In ancient Greece and Egypt, they made cannabis-infused wines. So all over the world, in Africa, people there, the Bianarambe, the sons of hemp, convinced the other tribes around them that were warring with to burn their tribal fetishes and partake of the holy herb. And they formed a brotherhood of peace and love, opening up a new era. The Pygmies, I said that they've been using cannabis since the dawn of time. In fact, Carl Sagan speculates that cannabis was humanity's first crop, using the Pygmies as an example. They went from hunter-gatherers to agriculturists because they needed to plant the holy herb. And everywhere in the world, just like today, everywhere in the world, people of all nationalities and all colors are celebrating this herb. All throughout the world, people who've come into contact with this herb have recognized it for the holy plant that it is, you know. And here in the Western culture, we lost contact with that plant for a good couple of thousand years because of the Dark Ages and repression and it being treated as a witchcraft herb, a devil's herb. And we didn't really rediscover it until we went back over to the Islamic countries because they were still using it there. The fakirs, the Sufis, and other groups were using cannabis for mystical purposes, you know. And when you smoke cannabis, I don't care who it is in the world, if I can pass that pipe to them and they partake, I can make peace with that person, you know. And I don't want to go to Iran and Afghanistan and drop bombs on those people, man. I want to go there with a bomb, and I want to smoke hashish in the Rift Valley, in the Afghan mountains, in the Hindu Kush. This herb, man, this herb comes back to humanity at this time when we need it the most. When we face world war in the Middle East, when they want to build oil pipelines throughout to the west coast here and throw the jeopardy into the Pacific Ocean of oil spills and the horrors that those do, when we know, the herb people know, you can make hemp fuel and get rid of that poison. We know you can feed the world's hungry with these seeds, you know. It's like Stephen Harper's pavement is highway to hell. Well, I tell you what, man, there's one thing that can break up the pavement of the highway to hell. It's a little green plant that can put a crack in that pavement and open it right up. And right now, man, this is a pivotal time because we have two potential futures. The future of Stephen Harper with mandatory minimums of 5 plants for people to go to jail for a year or more for 5 plants, or a year in jail for making some hashish or some hashish brownies. Or we could go and get legalization, man. I believe once we see legalization, it's going to cause a chain reaction through society. It'll bring peace on earth, man. And so what you got to take away from this 420 day, this big celebration, is you got to start living that 420 every day. Every time you hear somebody start speaking negatively about the herb, tell them how it really is. Say, hey man, this herb cures cancer. This herb, we can get rid of soil depleting cotton. This herb, we can get rid of fossil fuels. This herb, we can heal ourselves, we can heal our planet, and we can heal our society. Happy 420 Vancouver. Rock on!
Blowing minds! Chris Bennett, ladies and gentlemen. Pygmies at the dawn of time! Yeah! Smoke it down! Smoke it down. Put your Now everywhere we flow. Thank you, blessings. Yeah, Custom Man and the good vibration. Big aloha to you, Mr. Custom Man. Yeah. Yeah, right on. You guys having a good time? That's great. But you know what's not great? I still see some people cruising up and down Georgia. I really need you guys to not be on Georgia Street because, you know, we made the city a promise that we wouldn't shut down Georgia. They said, you know what? We can take your space, this space, it's only meant to hold 8,000 people. And because it keeps growing, we hope to have 20,000 of you here today. Yeah, right? That's a lot. And the VPD and the city were very gracious enough to say, you know what, we'll give you this big space for 20,000 people to do what you're doing. You just got to keep Georgia clear. So if we can remember that for